Have you ever wondered why your mother treats your sibling like a superstar, but treats you like you don't exist? It's not because you were a difficult kid or they were perfect. You were forced into a role you never asked for. Today, we're exposing the real psychological reason this happens. It's called shadow projection, and understanding it is the first step to getting your life back. It's a confusing feeling that starts when you're young. You watch your brother or sister get praised for doing the exact same things you get punished for. Their wins are huge deals. Their mistakes are no big deal. Meanwhile, your wins are ignored, and your mistakes are treated like the end of the world. You learn to make yourself smaller, to walk on eggshells, always waiting for the criticism you know is coming. And one question is always in the back of your mind. What's so wrong with me? The answer is going to be tough to hear, but it will set you free. Nothing is wrong with you. You were just a mirror, and your mother hated what she saw. Section 1. The problem. What it's like to be the scapegoat. Being the family scapegoat is like living in a funhouse of mirrors where you can never see your true self. It's lonely, and it makes you feel crazy. In this kind of family, a parent with strong narcissistic traits, often but not always the mother, needs to simplify their world. To do that, they create a simple story. One good kid, one bad kid. The golden child can do absolutely nothing wrong. They become everything the parent wishes they were. They get all the praise, all the attention, all the chances you never get. If they get a B on a test, it's because the teacher was unfair. If you get a B, it proves you're lazy and not trying hard enough. If the golden child gets in trouble, it was just a silly mistake. If you get in the same trouble, it's proof that you have a bad character. This golden child is basically an extension of the parent, not their own person. They're a trophy. Their job is to make the parent look good and feel important, what's known as narcissistic supply. While it looks like a great spot to be in, it's actually incredibly damaging. The golden child can lose their own identity, terrified of failing because they're only loved for what they do, not for who they are. Then there's you, the scapegoat. You're the family's punching bag, the dumping ground for all your mother's anger, shame, and frustration she can't deal with herself. Is she in a bad mood? It's your fault. Money problems? You're a burden. You become the container for all the family's darkness. This messes with your head, big time. You grow up believing you're bad or not enough. It becomes your identity because it's hammered into you every single day. This can lead to crippling low self-worth, constant anxiety, and a deep-seated anger you can't even explain. You learn that love has conditions, and you don't meet them. The worst part is the gaslighting. When you try to call out how unfair it is, you're told you're too sensitive, making things up, or just trying to start a fight. The whole family system depends on this lie. The golden child usually plays along to keep their top spot, leaving you totally alone and questioning your own sanity. You start to think, maybe they're right. Maybe I am the problem. This is what some psychologists call soul murder. It's the slow, systematic destruction of a child's sense of self. Instead of seeing a loving reflection, you see your parents' pain and darkness projected onto you. But let me be clear. This was not your fault. The injustice was real. The hurt was real. And understanding why it happened isn't about making excuses for the abuse. It's about taking that blame off your shoulders and putting it right back where it belongs. Section 2. The explanation. Uncovering the why with shadow projection. So, what is actually going on here? Why would a mother do this? The answer is buried deep in the unconscious mind, and it's a concept from the legendary psychiatrist Carl Jung, shadow projection. To get this, you need to know two things: the persona and the shadow. The persona is the mask we show the world. It's the perfect version of ourselves we want everyone to see. For a narcissistic mother, this mask is everything. It's a flawless, caring, successful mom with a perfect family. This mask is the only thing protecting her from a terrifying, deep-down feeling of being worthless. Then there's the shadow. Jung said the shadow is all the parts of ourselves we hate, deny, and hide, even from ourselves. It's where we shove our rage, envy, shame, and greed. But it can also be good things we were taught to bury, like our creativity or our strength. For most of us, having a shadow is normal. Healthy people learn to accept their dark side. But a person with strong narcissistic traits can't do that. Admitting they have flaws would make their entire perfect world fall apart. So what happens to all that stuff they've disowned? It doesn't go away. It gets shoved into the unconscious and gets bigger and darker. And because the narcissistic mother cannot stand to see this shadow in herself, she has to dump it on someone else. This is projection. It's like when someone who is clearly yelling accuses you of being angry. That's projection. But in a narcissistic family, it's even worse. It's called projective identification. This is where the mother not only projects her shadow onto you, but she actually pushes you to act it out. She doesn't just think you're difficult. She treats you in a way that makes you become difficult, then points at you and says, "See, I was right." This is how the scapegoat and golden child are created. The scapegoat child is chosen to carry the mother's shadow. You become the living container for her hidden rage, her secret shame, and her feelings of being a failure. She looks at you and sees everything she hates about herself. But why you? It's rarely random. Often, the scapegoat is the most sensitive, authentic, or perceptive kid. You're the one who sees through the family's BS. Maybe your natural emotions mirror the ones she's repressed. Maybe your strength reminds her of her own weakness. Just by being you, you threaten to expose her secret. And for that, you have to be controlled and punished. The golden child, on the other hand, gets to carry her perfect persona. She projects all her own unfulfilled dreams onto this child. Their success is her success. They are a mini-me, reflecting the perfection she needs to see. This whole dynamic is a twisted version of motherhood Jung called a mother complex, creating what's known as the devouring mother. She doesn't raise individuals. She creates objects to serve her needs. She devours the golden child's identity by merging with them, and devours the scapegoat spirit by burying them in her shadow. This is almost always a cycle of transgenerational trauma. Your mother was likely raised this way too. She never learned how to deal with her own pain, so she's passing the poison down to you. It doesn't excuse her actions, but it explains them. It's not personal malice. It's a tragic, repeating pattern. Think of it like this. Imagine your mother's mind is a house. The living room is perfectly decorated. This is her public persona. But there's a locked door to the basement, and it's filled with all her rage, fear, and trauma. She's terrified anyone will find it. The golden child learns to ignore the basement. You, the scapegoat, are the one who keeps hearing noises from behind the door. You're the one who asks, "What's in there?" Because you threaten to reveal the secret, she decides you are the mess. She shoves you into the basement, locks the door, and tells everyone the problem is finally contained. But you were never the mess. You were just the one who noticed it. And knowing that is the key that unlocks the door. Take a second to let that sink in. If this is hitting home for you, share your story in the comments. Reading what other people have gone through can be incredibly validating and helps everyone feel less alone. You are not alone in this. And if you find this helpful, subscribe to the channel. It helps us get this information out to more people who desperately need to hear it. Section 3. The solution. How to break free. Understanding. This isn't just a fun fact. It's step 1 to breaking free. You've been carrying a weight that was never yours. You were cast as the villain in a story that wasn't even about you. Knowing it was never about you is how you begin to get free. It lets you finally put down your mother's shadow. The goal here isn't to change her. That's probably not going to happen. The goal is to change your relationship with the role she forced on you. It's about taking back the projection. So what do you actually do? 1. Acknowledge and grieve the truth. First, you have to accept the reality of your childhood. You have to grieve the mother you deserved but never got. This is a real loss. Let yourself feel the anger and sadness you've been holding back for years. Your feelings are not an overreaction. They are a sane response to an insane situation. 2. Mentally give back the projection. This is a powerful mental exercise. When you feel that old voice telling you you're not good enough, stop. Recognize it. That's not your voice. It's the echo of her shadow. Say to yourself, this isn't mine. This is your shame. This is your rage. I'm not carrying it for you anymore. You're doing this for you, to reclaim your own mind. 3. Discover who you actually are. For your whole life, other people have told you who you are. Now it's time to find out for yourself. This can be scary. Start small. What do you actually like? What do you value? What makes you happy? This is you reparenting yourself, giving yourself the unconditional love you never received. 4. Integrate your own shadow. Here's the plot twist. Everyone has a shadow, including you. Because you were punished for every tiny flaw, you probably learned to hide your own normal, negative feelings like anger or ambition. Healing means accepting all parts of yourself. Your anger is a signal that a boundary was crossed. Your vulnerability is how you connect with people. The goal isn't to be perfect. That's the narcissistic trap. The goal is to be whole. By doing the shadow work your mother couldn't, you break the cycle. 5. Recognize your scapegoat superpowers. This experience was horrible, but it forged unbelievable strengths in you. Scapegoats are often incredibly empathetic, tough, and brave. You have a built-in BS detector because you grew up surrounded by lies. You were forced to develop a strong sense of reality just to survive. These aren't weaknesses. They're your superpowers. The very things that made you a target, your sensitivity and your grasp on the truth, are now the foundation of your new, authentic life. Conclusion. The roles of golden child and scapegoat are not about love. They are about utility. A narcissistic mother doesn't love the golden child more. She just finds them more useful. She doesn't hate the scapegoat. She hates the parts of herself she sees in you. Your way out isn't about getting justice or an apology from her. Your healing is a one-person job. The path to freedom is realizing you were never the problem. You were just chosen to carry the problem. And today, you can choose to put it down. The scars run deep, but they don't get to define your future. By understanding this, by doing the work to heal, and by discovering your real self, you don't just free yourself, you break the chain of trauma. You become the one who stops the poison from spreading to the next generation. Your experience was real, your feelings are valid, and your future is yours to build. You were the truth teller all along.